Coffee with Callie. You rock. Remember that. Okay. So, first of all, thank you for anyone who has reached out. That was so nice. Like, I am so just, like, I knew that I needed to do this for my own, like, well-being, my own mental health, like, for me to really, like, because connections are the most important thing to me. Like, a connection, like, spiritual connection, 100%. I'm seeing the importance of that more and more. But connections with people, oh, that is what just, just ignites everything inside me. It really does. It lights it up. You can't deny that. But, oh, my mommy's on. Hi, mommy. We'll stretch in a sec. But I knew my connections with others was limited. How much I could love, how much I could give myself to others was limited because they didn't know how much I can truly connect with them, because I was holding back. And I was done with that because I see a lot of people, and I truly believe God has put people in my life from the very get-go to get me on the path that is designed for me in His eyes. Everyone has their own path. My beautiful sister-in-law, we were talking about this yesterday, and just how everyone has their own path. And it is a beautiful thing, but not to try to force another path, just let it ride. Just, the next chapter is my favorite. And when I say chapter, no, I didn't write a book, but it's the 9th series. I don't know. But of course, we're grounding first. Take it in, take a breath. Do you, boo-boo?
Fully committed. Rex Stump. Ready. Whatever you do, do it enthusiastically as something done for the Lord and not for men. Colossians 3:2. Said, can you imagine receiving a Valentine card that says, will you be mine, part of the time? Or I just like you a little. I don't know about you, but I'm not okay with receiving just half of someone's love. Whether you are exchanging wedding vows or playing on a team, we all desire and demand a full commitment. If we want to receive a full commitment from others, why would we give only a partial commitment? There was a high school freshman boy standing only 5'3" who made a commitment to basketball. He also made a commitment to Christ. He was firm in both commitments and dedicated himself to giving his best. He said, slowly, God revealed more to me. I started learning how to trust in Him, not to focus so much on whether I win or lose, but to have faith that God has a perfect plan. I learned more about a godly work ethic and a godly attitude, in terms of being humble, putting others above yourself, being respectful to refs and opponents. There are really so many ways you can apply your faith to basketball. This young man not only expected commitment but also remained focused in his commitment to God and the gifts that He gave him to play basketball. From Harvard to the NBA, Jeremy Lin of the New York Knicks was and is fully committed. Go. Are you fully committed to God? Is your commitment to God shown by your actions? What will it take to move you from just being involved to being fully committed? Workout. 1 Corinthians 9:24. 2 Thessalonians 2:14-16. Joshua 1:6-9. Overtime. Heavenly Father, thank you for being fully committed to me with your love and your Son's sacrifice on the cross. Give me the strength to be fully committed to you and to serve you in my home and community. Quote taken from ChristianLifeToday.net.
And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men.
Oh gosh, that's really stiff this morning. We're gonna have to do some work. Okay. This is probably one of the biggest points I'm trying to drive. There's so much in this one. Really let it fly. There's a couple cuss words.
Chapter 9.
What are we going to use today?
What fires my soul and ignites my core? It's the push, the challenge through the heartache that makes the blood, sweat, and tears worth it. The need not to succeed, but to get to try. It's the feeling to want to try for more, for no other purpose than to try. A team player gives it their all no matter where they sit. The Los mentality, it in me burns and aches to go beast mode on life right now. But my mind is exhausted from enhanced emotions in this uncharted domain. I hear his calling. I find myself wanting to follow, not because someone tells me to, but because I truly am believing in what I've been told my whole life. I'm seeing a glorious, already filled life with more purpose and meaning. I felt this itch last year after a silver platter was handed in front of me. The professional world with the ability to still see my patients, whether in PT or not. Side note, understanding mechanics and applying and movement and applying it is a lifelong process. Should not just be used when in active pain, let's be honest. Anyway, last week, it was hard to see the purpose, to get past the anguish of pain I felt in the gut. It was awful. Oh my gosh. Gut-wrenching torment, pain, agony, and what was alleviated, I kid you not, craziest thing, through, again, a soul sister, guidance. It is a beautiful network. I see how paths are crossing. However, I do not quite understand how it's all connected. I do not want to take away from its true appreciation of letting the Lord guide us. I am used to a different way of thinking. It usually just refers to, go. Work hard. Play hard. Love hard. Is what the Los mentality is. My way of life and survival has always turned to the hard work. Thinking as long as I just continue to work hard, my efforts would pay off. This is not the case, guys. As soon as you understand this, the better. As an athlete, this is what drives us. But know who gives us strength to push, to work hard, love hard. I forgot. Or maybe just didn't realize this starts with Christ, God's word. I thought this at an early age. I'm laughing now as I remember collecting my grandma Robles' little crosses and angels she would receive in the mail when we would go to West Plains. That was with my mom's side of the family. My sister would always grumble or ask me why I went with the dad to take communion to the residents, or why I wanted to be a server in church, or sing in the choir, or being involved in extracurricular activities later on in high school. I always just wanted to. Maybe I was finding safety. Either way, my sister did not want to take part in any of the STEM activities, and which then made them uncool. And let me tell you, I heard all about it. My childhood and high school was thought to be my sister's job, promoted by herself, to point out all of my flaws, imperfections, loudness, impact and perception of others, with comments of, Kelly, is that what you're wearing? That will make our family look bad. She cared. I did not. I am strong, but only through God's grace. I want to make sure as I embark on this wonderful life, I am appreciating more and more with so many of God's gifts. Holy cow. I open. Stand soul, sister unite. God has graced me with the opportunity to team up with multiple facilities and companies with the same goal of wanting to continue to provide compassionate care while encouraging mental and physical health and well-being. It has been difficult to understand the direction I wanted to take this humanity, Kelly. It's becoming more clear, and I remember that it is not a direction I personally can pick. It is God's path and purpose. I have been inspired by multiple fierce, loyal, faithful friends, colleagues, educators, coaches, professors, clinic instructors, patients, and athletes in my life. I feel my connection with them grow as I truly and vulnerably open up, one story at a time. Not only do I feel my sister through her words again, God's gift, I feel her spirit and the love for the Lord, the passion, the total embodiment, even in her final days. How different from our childhood. She was scorning me in my involvement in church throughout my childhood and adolescence, when at that time, in reality, because really, we got to wear cool robes and ring bells and, I guess sing in a microphone. What kid doesn't want to do that? My sister, boring. Crazy to switch, but yet God's light holding us together, although we are apart. I feel her more and more. If only I could hold it together to share the bigger part, the suicide part. God will provide. I can hear my sister talk back to me now. What a gift from God. I bet she was talking the whole time, but I wasn't ready to listen. Or maybe I chose not to listen. Either way, I hear her saying, "Sissy, you got this." These were very common words said to me during my college years in physical therapy school. It wasn't always easy. Actually, it was never easy for me. Fortunately, that was later diagnosed with ADHD and fixed through a prescription of magical brain miracle worker pill named Adderall. Apparently everyone else's brain just works this way. Mine had not. My sister always believed me. I remember my senior year in college, I got put on academic probation. Almost kicked out of the physical therapy program, while others were looking for other alternative ways that I could fulfill my career path and goals. However, my sister realized I knew the only way to do this was to become a doctor of physical therapy, a doctor of the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system,
one of the most intricate aspects of our body and understand it. And I get it. I didn't get it then, but I have been rehabbing my body numerous times and applying my education and profession to my own rehabilitation. I've learned so much. It is a gift that should not be limited to insurance companies dictating our plan of care. The system is fucked up in so many ways. My sister's story is just one example, but this is all negative. And although my sister's story is pretty traumatic, let's be honest, I always want to find the light where others perceive darkness. Always and forever. Knowing the difference. What is different from being a leader and being bossy? So many youth these days, I believe, perceive themselves as being a leader by yelling or being bossy. Why? Many theories to this. Instead of pointing fingers, can we please just establish some baseline foundations on how to be an athlete 101? I mean the foundational. And I don't mean your body, your fucking performance, or the about you can bench and squat. I mean work ethic, moral, loyalty, discipline, respect, all in which all parents want to establish. However, our modern society makes this a little difficult. To my older athletes, the ones that have appreciated my dedication to you as a whole, whether you went on or whatnot, who cares? You know what I taught you. Now, go forth to my loved ones and share on. Reach someone else. Let's spiderweb the shit out of this world. I need you to lead the next generation. Yes, it is up to you. I know, in your 20s things seem pretty important. But I am asking and pleading to help when you can. They see you. Do you see them? They want to be seen so badly. Open up your fucking eyes. Where the athlete's foundation stems from. Genetics, obstacles, early intervention, societal influence, nature versus nurture. Starting in my mission for movement. They don't know, but I have always been watching, observing. I've been sidelined my whole life. Never good enough. Try me, motherfuckers. Bring it on. I texted my good friend Ron Riggle, role model, mentor, sensei, dad figure. I said, running your own business, side note. Either get on board or get the fuck out of my way. This has been my mentality my whole life. Bull and a China cup. My dad refers to me as that and Spud, which was frequently shouted from the high school basketball students along with, move your feet, Spud, don't reach. My sister has a much cooler name in sport, so much better. But mine, given by Kenny Rose, I am proud to say is my nickname, is because I look like a potato when I was born. Yep, skate, sport, Kelly, Spud, which then would turn into Kate, Skinny, Kelly, Thick. AKA, what happened to low school? Another chapter, of course, in which no one knows about. Thinking my physique has always come natural and never have struggled with my own internal struggles. People, we are human, but at some point, we must do what Mel says. Holy shit, talk about a powerhouse of a woman. Never what met the woman, but she speaks the truth. Put down your sword. I am learning, although driven, determined, and fierce, to be humble during a time I want to be powerful is even more rewarding and strength in itself. To see the beauty to the world of different way is truly remarkable. Friends, I challenge you to always see another perspective, not to argue with or find differences from your own personal opinion, but to appreciate other views, open-minded and humble. Respect is a mutual thing. It is something that is earned, not given. Fair, but respect.
Because I don't know where to start, and I just want to talk. I just want to talk without any repercussions. I just want to feel what I feel, and I know others feel that way too. Oh, and it's so frustrating because sometimes you just feel by yourself. That's bullshit. You're not. You're not. And I'm not talking about me. I'm not. I'm talking about God. Yes, that is true. There are things happening to me right now in my life, the past year, that literally you could not do without God's. This is Him. This is all Him. I'm just being the little carrier pigeon. Is this still going? I sure hope this was still going. Tech is not my friend. I'm not good at this. I'm hoping this somehow makes its way to YouTube, and maybe it will start something that Rachel and Jenny came up with. Dang it. I already messed it up. I'll improve on this whole structure. But listen, this is what I'm coming up with. Your girl Kelly has got some things to say. I've been through a lot in my 38 years. Just had a birthday. My sister's anniversary of her death is coming up May 20th, and this is always a very hard time for me, and I can feel myself sliding down the slippery slope that's been so familiar to me since her passing in 2016. I, with God's guidance and being just, I'm going to try my hardest to tell you all these wonderful things that are happening. My Mama Joy, she always said, write these things down. Well, shocker, Kelly didn't listen. Anonymous, this is my podcast from Kelly Newman. That's it. Just Kelly. You know what? Screw, not even the last name, just Kelly. This is just Kelly. All right, that's all I got right now.
Good gracious.
I just want to do
kidding.
good. As a person, as a mom, as a physical therapist, as a teammate to whoever, I am being pulled so many directions. And in this has been a constant feeling of also letting people down. Always. And I think this is something I have an internal struggle with. Always putting others over myself, which is fantastic, as anyone should. However, when you have something that's even bigger than yourself, your family, just makes you kind of contemplate which way you want to roll. Yes, I'm a physical therapist, and I just happen to be really good at talking, and I know stuff, and I know how to use cool tech. But it's way more than that. It's a story of two sisters. It's a story of mistakes. It's learning as I embark on this new journey. And I am going to share with you all of the cool things that are happening along the way. Like, so if you want to listen, you don't have to, but it is on Spotify. Just look up The Recovery Room, Kinematics with Kelly, and you can listen, and I will be adding more stuff as we go. But I wanted my friends and my family to know we got this together.